Is that yours?
What?
Is that your background music or something? I don't know. I just heard myself. I don't know why. Anyways, oh yeah. See, I think you're gonna have to. You have to close the tab. I think.
I can. Nah, nothing's going
Oh,
on
that's
for
from
me.
me. That's from me.
It's from
That's
you.
from me.
Yeah.
Yes, from me. Damn it! I'm such an idiot.
Wow.
Never mind.
Wow.
That was a big L. That was a big L. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. And once again, I'm joined with Arrowverse scenes, and Jordan was supposed to be here as well, but I guess he's too busy being asleep.
Yep.
But for this stream, we will be talking about once again The Flash season 8. We will obviously be talking about Superman and Lois season 2, episode 2. Unfortunately, there's no quiz today because I didn't want to make it too repetitive. But we do have some very interesting John Diggle Green Lantern stuff to talk about from the latest Batwoman episode. So, yeah, that will be quite interesting to cover as well. And obviously, we will be getting some questions from you guys, and I'll be answering them as well. But yeah, how are you doing, Arrowverse?
I am doing good.
Apart from the L I just took.
Well, that means I'm doing even better. That was a pretty
That makes it
funny
even
L.
better. It was pretty funny. I was just like, wait, what's going on? Wait, I think you have to mute yourself. And I just see it's on for me. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
I just got L'd live.
You did.
But yeah, before I actually get into the main topics of the stream, I will give a couple of announcements. So, firstly, streams will now be on Fridays, 8:30 p.m. UK time, no longer Thursdays, starting from next week because that's when Arrowverse is available. And also, it does also give more people to it gives them more time to watch the other shows. And I did not actually calculate this before, but by the time the Flash season 8 returns, this stream would pretty much be on the exact same day the Flash season 8 is on. So that will give people barely enough time to watch the episode. So it does make more sense if I push it to Friday so people actually have more time to watch these shows. So yeah, starting from next week, streams will still be at the same time. It will still be 8:30 p.m. UK time, but it will now be on Fridays, not Thursdays. And also, I have mentioned this before in many of my live streams, but I do have the membership feature on my channel, and there are 3 different tiers, and it has many different perks which might interest you guys. We have things like members only live streams, how to grow your YouTube channel tips, group chats, and more. I am working on the members exclusive stuff. So yeah, those should be happening pretty soon. But if you guys feel like supporting me and the channel further, you guys can go ahead and press the join button next to my channel. Like you would see it right next to my name. And I appreciate all the support. And if you guys are interested, you can press the join button just to see the perks down below. And also, I do have the super chat feature enabled as well. So if you guys feel like supporting the channel further, or if you guys want to get your questions 100% answered, be sure to send in a super chat. Obviously, as I said many times before, you do not have to, but it will be greatly appreciated if you do. Hello, Chance. Hello, Cal. Hello, Michael. Ambrose Rao, hello. And by the way, I am working on the video you suggested for tomorrow. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Hello, Cole. Hello, Zoms. I apologize for roasting you last video. You didn't really roast me. You just gave your own opinion, and it wasn't really a roast.
Oh,
I just pretty much took it as you just expressing your own opinion, basically.
what? Was that me? I think
Was that you?
you
What
just
happened?
like cut out and lagged. I'm not sure if that was me or not.
I don't know. I don't know. For me, I seem fine. I don't know, but I'm the one who's speaking, so I guess that might have happened. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can do now.
Oh yeah, so I'll just mention it to the chat just in case. So my mic is broken, so if something does happen, like last week I did get disconnected for a brief amount of time and I tried to fix it, but I couldn't. But so yeah, there is something wrong with my mic, so if I do not speak for long period of time, then my mic is pretty much disconnected or something like that. But yeah, Doomsday is indeed coming. Yes, we will see him pretty soon. Dark Shadow, welcome to the stream. I really enjoyed Superman and Lois episode 2. Me too. I really enjoyed it as well. And hello, Speed Force. Welcome to the stream. So, as I said, guys, we do have some things to talk about in regards to The Flash season 8. And would you say it's big? It's not really that big. It's just like there's a chance of one specific character that could end up leaving the show pretty early, but they will be back next season. And then there's
Yeah.
another one we'll just talk about a potential trailer. So, for those who do not know, Danielle Panabaker, the actress playing Caitlin Snow or Frost, is pregnant. So yeah, she is gonna have a second child, which is very exciting for her. And as you guys remember, last season, not last season, 2 seasons ago, in Canada Graphs is here. Is the Flash getting played later than March? Oh, ask Ben that. Ask Ben that question. Maybe the Flash is getting cancelled.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, yeah, his new video suggests that as well. The Flash,
Oh,
the CW is getting cancelled. So
he
yeah,
already did that. He already used that clickbait.
maybe Ben has the answers you're looking for, Canada Graphs.
He has all the answers.
But yeah, as I said, if you guys remember, 2 seasons ago, Danielle Panabaker was pregnant then as well, and she was going to, well, she did technically leave the show early, but because of the pandemic, it looked like she was just there for the whole season. And she was supposed to be on maternity leave, but because of the Flash continuously getting delayed, I believe she was able to make it for all of the shootings, apart from episode 1, because that was already recorded when she left, right?
Well, most of it.
Yeah, most of it. So yeah, do expect something similar to happen over here as well. So she might end up leaving midway throughout the season, and then you won't see her for like a brief amount of time in season 9, and then she will eventually be back though. Am I right?
Maybe it could be something like that. We don't know how far she is into her pregnancy though, but I'm
Yeah.
guessing should try and get through all of season 8 or most of it
Yeah.
at least.
Do you I don't think she would. I don't think she will. Do you
How
think
many
she
months
will?
left is there of filming? They're probably on like 12, episode 12
I
out
don't
of
know.
18.
Candagraphs, if you're in the chat, could you help us out? I'm not sure. And by the way, Candagraphs, how are you holding up, man? Are you okay? But I don't know. I don't know when, how long they have left for filming. But you know, they will still do what they did 2 seasons ago as well, where they just film her above the waist, so they pretty much hide the baby. But
Yeah.
yeah, you like after, I would say episode 15, and then she would be gone. If I'm being honest, it depends on when they're what they're filming right now, though. Flashverse, can you check your message on Discord? I'll check it after the stream. Don't worry. Canadagraph says April 25th is the current projected
Okay.
end date.
So a couple more months.
Yeah, so yeah, I would expect her to leave midway throughout the back half of the season again, right?
I guess so. Yeah, it
If
depends whether she wants to stretch it out um or not.
yeah. I would say episode 15 would be her last of the season, and then she'll be back for season 9. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm mostly fine except for fatigue. Hopefully you get well soon, man. Hopefully you get well soon. Can't wait till Matt Letcher is on Legends. He's back next week, right? He's back for the
Yeah.
next 2 weeks. Yes, that is
hmm
very exciting. I didn't
I'm
watch
just
the latest episode of Legends. How was it?
that was terrible.
Oh no.
They were on a good run for most of the season and they just dropped the ball. It's always this around this point of the season where they just
No.
do some random nonsensical stuff. I mean, sure, it was funny, but I like it when the show takes themselves seriously, and some of the jokes didn't really stick. Um,
Oh
yeah,
no,
but I just hope that they
no.
don't mess up Thawne's return and like don't make it all cheesy and stuff. I guess.
Oh, the promo does look goofy. I watched the promo for the next episode. It does look. I mean, it looks like the
Yeah,
current Legends of Tomorrow episodes you would normally get.
yeah. I just hope that I
But
just hope
yeah,
that his stuff is good.
yeah, it will be good. It should be good. It should be good. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's back for 2 episodes, so I cannot wait to see what they will do with him. Whoa! Someone just hit my window. So yeah.
Oh,
So in regards to Matt Letcher's Eobard Thawne, you know that aberration or whatever Sarah creates, right? That's a fake reality, right? It's not going to be like in the real world or something like that, right?
I'm not sure
Because
because they say that they're going to stop World War I.
Mhm.
Um, so I guess that's the aberration, and then that somehow leads them to the bar.
Because even like the synopsis for episode 11 says like Matt Letcher helps them escape that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm really excited to see Matt Letcher back as well. And wait, would you recommend that I skip this episode or shall I just watch it?
Yeah, just skip it. There's nothing much that's important in it.
Mm. Okay, so we were speaking about the Flash season 8 earlier on. Do you think we would get some sort of a mid-season trailer as we near the return date of the mid-season premiere?
Yeah, definitely. Like in probably late February, we'll be getting one.
Yeah, so do you think that it would consist footage of just like the interlude episodes, or do you think it will have more than just the interlude episodes on those scenes?
Well,
What would you?
yeah, usually they have footage from the next 3 or so episodes,
Mm-hmm.
so it kind of depends. But if the interlude is 2 episodes, it'll probably just be that, maybe. But if it is three, it'll just be the interlude. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Because
and
like
you go.
go on.
No.
Okay, so like, if they were to do an interlude episode, like I don't know what they would show to hype up a mid-season return trailer because there would barely be Barry, right? Just like last season, and
Um. Yeah.
we've
Well,
already
they.
go.
Um.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Okay. Well, they do have stuff of Barry in the interlude. Um.
Hmm.
Obviously, they could just like squeeze that out and put that in the trailer. But we've got Bart, we got Eddie, Laura. I think they were to create some hype, and I mean they could always just reuse footage and shots of Barry from other episodes in the season, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They could do that because they reused footage in Armageddon as well when they had some cool flash scenes. So yeah,
Yeah,
they might do that. I think she can make it till the end of the season. If not, maybe 2 to 4 weeks. She might miss, which is 1 to 2 episodes in total. Oh, okay. I see.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think you'll get one about 4 to 5 weeks. Yeah. I would say we would get a trailer as well, but if they were to make a promo out of interlude episodes, I don't know what they would put. Like we've already seen what we needed to see from episode 6 already. Like what more do they need to put?
I guess, but they always do trailers for mid-season returns, and they did it with Batwoman and Legends this year, so they were just extended promos, so they might just do an extended one with like 10 seconds of new footage.
Yeah, they could do that as well. Oh, we might actually get something like that. Cause yeah,
Yeah,
that they did that for Batwoman and they did that for Legend, so we might actually get that. Yeah, you could be right. You could be right. Also, Arrowverse, check Twitter by the way. I sent you something. The promo will be all about hotness. Well, that's where all the money comes in, right? So
yeah,
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He would just carry it. Like they should just make a promo of what was it? Oh, Sterling Brooks and Jacob Birch. That's all you really need, and then it will just be an absolute banger of a promo.
exactly. That's all you need these days.
Yeah. Hello, Malik. Welcome. Daddy likes the hmm. What does Daddy like?
The gold.
The gold. Hmm. The gold. The gold. Imagine
The
if
money.
Goldface had possession of gold kryptonite.
Oh god.
He would be an amazing Superman and Lois villain.
What happens if it turns to Daddy likes the money, and then we get
Oh,
Goldface versus Jacob Birch?
Daddy likes the money. Oh, oh, you
New
know it.
interlude idea. Maybe that's what's happening.
Daddy likes the plastic. Well, it looks like Daddy likes the money. And
Yeah.
there's metal and money, right? So
The coins, I guess.
you just made the discovery over there. We're gonna have a whole like interlude arc. We're gonna have these troll villains just beefing it out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Imagine.
That'll be like
Imagine.
the best arc in the Flash.
Uh just don't bring Amunet back. Like all we need is just Goldface and Jaco and Sterling, and then it will be perfect.
Yeah.
Lex escaped the Phantom Zone, didn't he? Lady at the end of the episode has to have been talking to Lex. I do have a theory about that. I could just mention it right now, but I will also mention it towards the end when we get into the Superman and Lois topic. But I do agree. I think she's either talking to Lex Luthor or Anderson.
Yeah. I'm thinking it might be Anderson.
Yeah, there's a really high chance that it could be Anderson, but it could also be Lex Luthor. I would want it to be Lex Luthor, but as I said before, like I wouldn't be surprised if we do get some sort of plot twist where Anderson does end up being some sort of a villain in some way.
Yeah.
And I don't think no, I don't actually when I think about it, like do you think they would bring back John Cryer for Superman and Lois anyways?
Well, he said he wants to return, so if they asked him, he probably would, but it just depends on whether he'd work on the show or not.
Wouldn't they have announced it though if he was to return?
They would probably announce somehow that he would return, but I guess they might not. If it's like a cameo at the end of an episode for this teaser, then I guess they won't have to announce it.
No, I guess so.
I don't know.
But I would say it's very, very highly like I would say it's more likely to be Anderson than it would be Lex Luthor, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So moving on to the Diggle stuff from the latest Batwoman episode. So we did have this ongoing story with Diggle and the Green Lantern ring continuing. We did actually get a pretty interesting ending with this Diggle arc in this Batwoman episode. So essentially, what happens is that Jada, who is Ryan Wilder's mother, for those who don't watch Batwoman, pretty much needs Diggle's help. I can't remember what it was for. It was just for like bodyguard purposes, right?
Kind of, and just it was more help with finding the
Help
joy
with
buzzer,
the
wasn't it?
the buzzer, yeah. So it
And
was for
to
that.
get ideas to help Marcus, I guess.
So they have some history. We don't know how, but yeah. they basically have this storyline throughout the episode where Diggle helps Jada acquire Joker's buzzer, which will help. What was the son's name? I'll just say Joker.
Marcus.
I'll just say B-Tech Joker. Okay, Marcus, which will help Marcus have his gain his sanity back. And they do that. They sneak into Renee Montoya's office. It was the office or was it her house?
It was her office.
Yeah. So they sneak into her office, and it did look like I was while I was watching it, Jada was being quite flirty with it. Like, whoa, 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 what's going on? And then
Yeah.
like when they were trying to pick the lock and they had that like staring scene together, I'm like, whoa, Diggle, what are you doing?
No, but then
Diggle,
Diggle dropped the bomb and said that
yeah,
he was with Lila. So
'cause, Diggle was being a player, and then he's just like, oh, I got back with my wife.
oh my gosh.
Oh, speaking of Diggle, love the new look, by the way. I love the addition of
Yeah,
the
it's
beard.
I love the beard on him. It looks great. If
But
he
yeah,
ever oh no, he has a show. I think he should keep the beard for the Justice U show.
he had the beard during like some of Arrow season 5 as well. And then
Yeah,
yeah.
he looks great.
But yeah. Oh, I can't get that off my mind right now. Diggle was cheating on Lila. Because I mean he tech no, he did it. He didn't cheat on her, but he was being really sus, shall I say. He was being really sus sus around her. So they basically sneak into Renee Montoya's office and they're able to get the Joker buzzer. And then that's their storyline ending. And then we go to the very end of the episode where Luke Fox goes up to, well, Diggle goes up to Luke Fox in the graveyard, and Luke gives Diggle the box, and Luke mentions that he's not able to open it. So what do you think that's about? Why do you think
Um,
he's unable to open the ring?
I'm just gonna guess that it's because he's not in like the right state of mind or something, and it's something to do with his will.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. So I think the way he's gonna be able to open up the box is to like channel his willpower. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like Thor's hammer in a way where if you're not worthy, you cannot hold the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of this Diggle stuff, like he's not able to open it because he doesn't, generate that or just, use more that willpower. But when he does, then he will be able to open it. In which I am expecting him to open up the ring in one of the episodes he's going to be appearing in as well, because we do know that he will be appearing in more episodes than just Batwoman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so he will. We now know that nothing can pretty much open the ring. Like he's gonna have to do it with his own will in some way. I would guess that he would open it up in the Flash or Superman and Lois, one of those episodes, because those are the only other those are the only other shows he would appear on, unless he appears on as someone else on Legends, like they did last season. But
Yeah.
when do you think he will finally open the ring? I would say it makes more sense with the Flash,
Yeah,
but
probably
I
right.
don't know.
I
Yeah,
mean, he could come and help take
Barry.
down whoever's the villain for the next graphic novel,
Yeah, they could.
or
And
maybe he
then,
comes to help fight Doomsday even, and then
oh,
he
that's the
like
thing, right?
has
Because
to accept the ring or something like that. Like, um,
because
maybe when he's there, he gets uh beaten up by Doomsday or something like that. Someone does, and he realizes that the ring is going to help or something like that, and he opens it. And yeah,
yeah, because we're doing the death of Superman arc pretty much, right? Because we're having Doomsday,
yeah, seems like it.
so we could get this arc. We could where Superman dies. Obviously, temporarily, he doesn't full on die, but we
Mm.
could have this arc where Superman dies, or he's just like brutally beaten up, like season 2, episode 6 Barry level, where he's just absolutely brutally beaten up and he's not able to move. And then like Steel would be useless against Doomsday. all those Kryptonian soldiers would be useless as well. And that's when we could have Diggle like using the willpower, and he's able to open up the ring, and when he wears it, he gets these powers, and then he's able to fight off against Doomsday. That would be really, really sick. I would actually really like to see it. But I don't know. I feel like it would be more poetic if he does it on the Flash.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we did get some Green Lantern setup this episode, and we will definitely be seeing it across the other shows as well. Yeah, Diggle's Green Lantern work on Will. Yep. Do you think there will be a Green Lantern show? There already is. They're working on a Green Lantern show already, but it is not part of the Arrowverse. It's like with a bunch of other Green Lanterns, but it's not with John Diggle or anything like that. It's with other Green Lanterns. I can't exactly remember which ones they were, but it's the ones I know from the top of my head were uh damn, I forgot all of them. Jessica Cruz, uh
Mhm.
Alan Scott. Was it Guy Gardner? No. Who
I
is
can't
that?
remember. It's
No.
been so long since they announced it.
Yeah, but yeah, they do have a Green Lantern show, so yeah, you could search it up if you are interested.
I mean, they might have a Diggle Green Lantern show if Justice U happens, and you might have to
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So also Diggle isn't well, how am I gonna phrase this? Well, yeah, Diggle's pretty much gonna get his own show if it does get picked up. So we could see him use his Green Lantern ring there.
Hmm.
The only reason, like, how is he gonna do it though? Because if he's pretty much like a university teacher, is that gonna be like his day job where he trains these metahumans and by night he's Green Lantern? Is that how they would do it?
Um, I don't think he's going to be a university teacher.
No,
I
no,
think he
no,
just, I think he just
not a
takes
university teacher,
five
but like
people.
Professor X, pretty much.
I guess, yeah.
Like that's the vibe I get from it. Like you remember Arrow season 5, right? Because that's pretty much the best example I could come up with right now.
Is that when Oliver recruited like all the new
Yeah,
people?
so Oliver pretty much recruited the new newbies, and
Yeah.
pretty much while he was doing the Green Arrow stuff by night, like he did Green Arrow stuff solo for a brief amount of time. He then goes to the Helix Dynamics bunker to train the other rookies. So that's the sort of vibe I'm getting from that. So what Diggle will be doing is that he will be training those 5 new metas, but he will go like, okay, you guys are inexperienced. You cannot go there out in the field yet. So Diggle as Green Lantern will be the one who will, fight off the main villains and all of that. But he will also be training these other metahumans. Oh, so I was right. It was Guy Gardner. It was Guy Gardner. I was right. Diggle is now Batman. Well, yeah. Yeah, he is. Hey, Flash versus Arrowverse. Bro, I wish the Flash would return this month. Why wait 3? I know. I know. I missed the show. I missed it. I really wanted to
Every
come back.
year, the Flash returns later. Like I remember 2020, everyone thought it'd come back in January, but ended up being February. Then last year was March, and then it's March again.
Yeah. Uh I really like I don't know why it just feels so off without having the Flash. Like you have all these shows there and you don't have the Flash, and it's it's weird. It's weird, but we know we'll be getting it soon. But also another thing, Batwoman has 13 or 15 episodes this season.
13.
13. Oh, so that's
Hmm.
pretty short.
Yeah, they only got like 4 episodes left. I think. What are they on 9?
Oh,
Yeah,
damn. Yeah.
same with Legends.
No, they're on 10 next week. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, next week's 10.
Mhm. Will we ever see the real Batman in the Arrowverse? I mean, technically, we do have a Bruce Wayne, but will we see a Batman? I don't think so. Maybe like no, I actually no, maybe I don't think we will get a Batman in the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
Like the closest thing you would get to a Batman was Oliver Queen. He was pretty much like a mixture of Green Arrow and Batman. But other than that, I don't think you will actually get a Batman in the Arrowverse. You will get a Bruce Wayne because we've already seen a Bruce Wayne, but he definitely will
Well,
not be Batman.
we haven't actually really seen Bruce Wayne. We've seen Tommy Elliot as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
We've only actually seen Batman in flashbacks, right? Like in a couple shots.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, because we had that scene in the pilot, right?
Also the pilot, yeah, when they're on the bridge.
Yeah, the bridge. Yeah. Do you think we will be getting another trailer? Yeah, we already discussed this earlier on, but yeah, I do think we will get like a mid-season trailer for the Flash season 8 before the mid-season premiere, just so obviously fans are aware that oh yeah, the Flash is returning. It wasn't only a 5-episode season. So yeah, I would definitely expect them to push out some sort of trailer. But as Arrowverse scenes pretty much said, I don't think it will be that big of a trailer. Like it will just be like the footage we've seen from episode 6, and then just like a couple of extra other tidbits added onto it. Like it won't be like a whole new trailer. It will only just be like something different. Like because if you think about it, right, this is an interlude episode. It's not even like part of the actual storylines for the next
Well,
next two graphic novels. So it would be
I don't
weird if
think
they
that
made
that
like a
matters.
full proper trailer out of them. You don't think it matters?
No, because they're advertising the show,
Yeah, yeah, obviously. Yeah, of course.
so they'll still make a trailer no matter what.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
don't
only
think it matters as interlude because we're the only people that really would call it the interlude episode. All the casual viewers will just think it's um normal Flash, I guess.
yeah. But like even last season we didn't get anything big for the interlude stuff.
Well, that was because didn't have a break in between.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah we did.
No, you didn't.
Oh, well I must be
We just had a
hallucinating.
well, there was like a week break, but that was because of scheduling and there was something on. I think.
Canada Graphs, are you still in the chat by the way?
No, he's not.
Just
I
yeah,
don't think.
he's not. I don't think he is. All right. Um, do you think Flash after the second graphic novel of season 8 will get another break? I don't think so. No, because we've had a 3-month break. Like I don't think they'll do another break. I think they'll just go continuously on.
Well, there might be
Maybe
a week.
maybe like a short 1 week break between interlude, not interlude, sorry, graphic novel 6 and 7. But other than that, I wouldn't expect any other break. I definitely think that we will get a tease for the big bad in the trailer. I don't think so because if they, as Arrowverse said once again, like if they are to make a trailer, it will be based off the interlude episodes because with these trailers they do normally get footage from like the 3 episodes they have available and they just make a trailer out of that. And since the next 3 episodes are interlude episodes, we will not be getting a main villain reveal in the trailer. I don't think so. However, since I disagree with you, it makes most sense to be on Superman and Lois because Michael Narducci, one of the main writers of Superman and Lois, will be the showrunner of the Justice U Diggle series.
I don't think that necessarily matters.
That doesn't matter. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I don't think that matters. Flash has filmed up to 11 to 13, if not, I think if not 12.
They were doing 11 before the break.
Yeah. I would say they're on 13
So
right
they
now.
would
That
have
would be
finished
my
11 then probably. So they're probably doing 12,
yeah.
late 12 or something, or maybe even early
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, but in regards to Diggle, because we've been talking about Diggle for a bit now, when do you think he will be showing up on like Superman and Lois and the Flash? Because he directed episode 2 of Superman and Lois, didn't he?
He did, yes.
So going by that, I would guess that he would be there. When does Lucy Lane arrive? Because
Next episode, I think.
next episode. So I would say episode 5, 6. I would say that's when Diggle would appear on Superman. That could even be too early. I'm not entirely sure, but like if David Ramsey was in Vancouver for like that period, I would say episodes 4 and 5 maybe. I don't know though.
Yeah, well, it's like not. It's really hard to tell because we don't really know what's happening in Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
Whereas with Flash, we know the structure of the season, so we could kind of guess where it'd show up.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'd say I don't. Yeah, no, actually, I don't know.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Any theories about Ronnie return? I mean, I would just say time travel, or it would be not an interlude, an Armageddon timeline change. Those would be my best two guesses.
Oh yeah,
What do you think?
yeah. I agree with that. I just remembered though on Batwoman how we had those dead characters returning. Where
Oh
is it?
yeah,
I
it
forgot about
was
that.
Ocean, right? It was Ocean. Yeah.
And what was his name? Mouse.
Mouse. Yeah,
But it might be a flashback though. But I hope it's Armageddon timeline changes because that would be cool.
that would be really cool. Like I really like despite my disappointment with Flashpoint, I really liked how they made it about the whole Arrowverse, like how
Yeah.
Diggle's children changed and all that sorts of stuff. I found that really cool. So hopefully they do something similar with that with the Armageddon changes now. I would really like that.
Yes.
Look who we have here.
Hi,
Hello,
everyone.
CG.
Hi.
How are you doing, man?
All right. Yeah. Tired more than I should be, but more or less fine.
Mm. How did you find the new Batwoman episode?
Honestly, my least favorite episode during Javicia's run as the lead.
Hmm.
I thought about it a bit last night. Like in my live chat, I even thought about it. I rated it a 5 out of 10, which is a low score by my standards. Like for
Mhm.
me, that is a barely watchable episode at best. I've given out 2 5 out of 10s. The other one was that antifreeze episode.
Oh yeah.
Those are the only 2 episodes in Javicia's run I've given a 5 out of 10 to, and I had to think last night, like, which one did I enjoy less? And just, there's so many bad parts of this episode. Just so many. So, yeah, I'm considering this my least favorite episode since she's been the lead.
Arrowverse, you agree with that, right?
I don't know if it's my least favorite. I'd have to think about it. I haven't really thought about it, but I didn't really like it. Or the Ryan and Sophie stuff. I just zoned out for kind of.
Yeah.
For me, I would say it's the worst episode of the season, definitely. But I still enjoyed the episode.
There were
as
parts
yeah,
I enjoyed.
like mostly the Diggle stuff. I would say the Diggle stuff pretty much carried the episode.
Yeah.
And as Arrowverse earlier on said in the stream, the Sophie and Ryan like argument in the shack was really annoying. And just that whole love storylines going on, I found that pretty annoying. But other than that, I had some enjoyments of the episode. I do ship
Yeah.
Ryan and Sophie. I am one of the fewer people that do that.
You're allowed to be wrong.
But
Sure.
in terms of that kiss, I did find it very random with how they did it as well.
I have a big problem with it on top of that. Okay, so we've spent like the last I don't even know how many years talking about like things like consent, and they're just in the middle of a conversation and all of a sudden Sophie just grabs her and kisses her. I don't remember any discussion about like, hey, would you like me to kiss you before that?
Yeah.
If a guy had done that, that guy would have been canceled the same night.
Exactly. Yeah. Batwoman this week was a 4 out of 10. Ooh. Malik says 9.4 out of 10.
I know. I had this conversation with Malik last night. He always gives everything a super high score, anyways. But yeah, giving that episode a 9 out of 10 or higher. I mean, the only way you can do that is if you are a shipper, and that is the only reason you watch the show. Like you don't watch it for anything else. Then I can understand you feeling 9 out of 10 territory. Any other reason, I don't know how you can score that high.
Yeah.
You know.
I
Like
would
me
give it
giving
like
it a 5. Like me giving it a 5, I'll listen to someone if they say it's a 7. I'll be like, okay, you know what? Maybe there's parts you liked more than me. But a 9.4, I'm just like, you know.
Yeah. I would give it like a 5.56 maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Diggle stuff?
I liked it, and I'm very curious to see where it goes. Like, this has been one frustration I do have, is they constantly keep just teasing us all along, constantly little tidbits all the way through. I thought it was really interesting that he has a back history with Jada that we were unaware of. And it looks like there was a little something maybe going on there at some point in their life. And it was interesting because we now have, like, we all know, of course, Diggle from Arrow, but if you asked me to like name a show Diggle's been on more than like outside of Arrow, I think he's probably been like got as much screen time now in Batwoman as he did in all the times he was on Flash, you know?
Yeah.
So he's getting to be a semi-regular recurring character there.
Yeah. Do you think he will wear the ring in one of the shows before he gets his show if that gets picked up?
I don't think so. I think if he does ever wear the ring, they will do it in the like opening episode of the show. Like if he gets the pilot, they would do it then. If that doesn't get picked up, then yeah, he might do it on another show.
Yeah.
Who's the other Josh?
That's Jordan.
Why does it say Josh?
Mr. Sleep.
Does he not know how to spell his name? How are you doing?
An hour, Josh. An hour late.
Sounds like you just woke up.
Because I just
He did.
I literally just did. 8 a.m.
Good morning to you.
Hate mornings. Nice.
Morning.
So, have you heard about any of the Diggle stuff, Jordan, or are you just completely
I only
tuned
know
out
what
of
Josh
Batwoman?
told me last night.
Oh, okay.
So how he's trying to open the ring and then it doesn't work and tries to get Luke to open it or something, and then I don't know. Something like that.
Do you think that he will wear the ring in one of the Arrowverse shows before his show gets picked up?
I mean, they've got to be building up to something. He keeps coming back. I mean, David Ramsey signed an overall deal with CW, and maybe I don't know. Like, I'm just way too tired for this. I'm so sorry.
What if it's a new wedding ring for Lila?
It happens to be glowing green.
Yeah.
And it's like an alien
cosmic ring.
Oh, that would be funny.
Considering they're dealing with aliens on Superman and Lois, wouldn't that be the right place to implement that if they were going to bring it in? You know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Batwoman seems a little. It doesn't seem like the right spot for me to have it.
Yeah. I was like, as I said earlier, I feel like it would be more poetic if he does it with the Flash, if he puts on the ring on the Flash. But it makes
Mm.
sense more with Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially if they're doing the death of Superman storyline with Doomsday, it would be really cool to see Diggle fight Doomsday. So I would really love to see that.
Imagine that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be really, really cool.
CW
Also,
has the
we might be getting Flash fight him as well.
Wait,
Because,
seriously?
well, I remember Paigey saying that there's been rumors that Flash might cameo on the show.
On
Like
which
later on in
show?
the season, Superman and Lois. So maybe, unless it's just
Also,
like lightning or something, we don't actually see Grant.
I realized I was muted, so I don't think you heard me, but you're saying like you don't want this to happen on Batwoman. I don't think it's just Batwoman. Like he's appearing on Superman and Lois or something. Diggle. So it's
Yeah,
like
he is.
a
Yeah.
multi-episode arc.
Well, he
Yeah.
will, yeah, at some point.
What other shows is he appearing on?
We don't know when he will appear on that though.
So we only know Batwoman.
Yeah, we thought that he'd be in Superman and Lois episode 2 because
He's
He
it's been
directed that. Yeah.
yeah, and it's been said that there was like a guest character, but it turned out to be Morgan Edge.
Yeah.
Oh
Spoiler
yeah,
alert.
right.
Yeah.
I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
I
were you
don't
saying,
know. I
CG?
don't. As far as I know, he hasn't been back in town since that early part of the year. So I don't know when that episode is supposed to be. I don't know if it's still one to be filmed or whatever. But I don't think he filmed on Superman and Lois. I mean, he might have because they've been a super hard set to track down this year. But all I know is the amount of time he was here because he was also doing directing duties at the time. The amount of time he was here at that time, I don't think he also did any filming mixed in with it. Like, I was actually a little surprised he was in this Batwoman episode. I didn't even know about that until the episode.
Yeah, same. Did you know, Josh, that Diggle was gonna be in this episode?
Not until the synopsis came out.
Oh, I didn't even read the synopsis for Batwoman. So yeah, for me it was a total surprise. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
And me, I found out through Josh's video. Well, I think I
Flash
read
versus
it
video,
somewhere,
but one that I made.
Hey, Jordan, are you even, like, do you even watch Batwoman?
Nah, I haven't sincerely. Early season 2, I dropped it.
Okay, yeah. So, like, it's understandable you wouldn't have a clue because even if that information were in front of you, you're not going to read it. So, you know.
No,
Yeah.
I probably would. I
You
still like
would.
to
Okay.
still read like the Batwoman channel in my
All right.
server and stuff.
See, when there's a show I'm not watching, I just don't bother reading or paying attention to what there is about it. And even the ones I do pay attention to, as I just proved last night, I don't even read their synopsises, you know?
Yeah, well, you're cutting the grass, and I never understand him.
Because
Okay,
you live in an upside down world, and I live on the proper side that's right side
The
up, and we do
proper
everything backwards.
The problem.
Oh, he's
Just like he
speechless.
comes late, he thinks that that's normal.
Yeah. I mean,
it's actually courtesy.
let me correct myself on that before misinformation gets out there. You live down there because we all know that doesn't actually exist. Neither does New Zealand, but you know, you live on whatever soundstage you guys use to pretend that Australia is a place and New Zealand's a place, and we know we've seen the photos, real places that they are.
Yeah, CG,
Just had
we're
to
the
clear
real
that
ones.
up. Had to clear that up before people started thinking it was real.
Yeah, we're the real ones here. Apart from all of your weekends, apart from that,
The weekends.
Huh?
yeah, all of your weekends are the fake days. Mine are the real days.
Oh.
Yeah.
3 days as well. So yeah, flex.
Okay, shush. Yeah.
So yeah, moving on to Superman and Lois, season 2, episode 2, titles "The Ties That Bind." What did you guys think about this episode?
Great episode.
It was fine.
But you haven't seen any of this.
Wait, you haven't seen Superman and Lois?
It's going to last night. Josh said I didn't have to watch anything really. Just mostly
Uh-oh.
Diggle stuff. So I didn't really.
Well, you said you'd watch Superman Lois, so
Yeah, but I was too tired.
Uh-oh.
I realized I'd been up, I'd literally been out all day, and then I realized I had to get up early. And I was like, I can't do this.
Big fan.
I would have
Big
been
fan.
probably another hour later.
Too famous.
I've
Wait,
been,
so wait.
I've been half dead for the last week, and I managed to watch Superman. I watched Batwoman. I watched Peacemaker. I watched Boba Fett. I found time.
Because you were in isolation doing nothing.
Wait, so
It's true.
Jordan, do you care about spoilers, or shall I just avoid Superman and Lois?
Go ahead.
I mean, he comes to my site for stuff, so he must not care about spoilers.
Well, that's
Nah.
true.
I the
That's true.
entire plot leak of No Way Home months before the actual movie, so I don't really
Okay.
care.
wow.
So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode of Superman and Lois. One thing we obviously got in this episode is that we got more of Natalie, and I really liked how she was able to interact with different characters. She did briefly interact with the boys throughout the episode, and she did have some really great scenes with Sarah as well. We obviously had more of that mysterious visions going on with Clark, and we finally find out what's happening with that. And another thing I really liked about the episode was that they were able to get all of the characters involved in such a great way, and I was actually invested in all of their stories. So that was something I really liked. And also, we had some really, really cool stuff, such as a returning character, which I was not expecting. We had Jordan using more of his abilities, which was something I really liked as well. And we did have a very interesting ending as well. So what would you say your highlights of the episode was?
I
For
don't know.
me, it's probably the fortress stuff. That's probably my highlight.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like seeing the conversation between Edge and their mom. That was like it got to a point where it was pretty emotional at some point. And then obviously Jordan versus Talro and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was good. That was actually really good.
Yeah.
And seeing Tag back, that was also cool.
That was so unexpected. Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering when he would come back.
I always, when we saw those two superpowered people last episode, that was the first thought I had. I'm like, what? That shouldn't the kid from last season be there?
Yeah.
And they didn't at the time, and I'm like, oh, I guess I just forgot about him. But this episode, now he's there, and you're like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I have to wonder. I know slightly sidetracked from that, but still on the same point. That kid that was benching 300 all of a sudden.
Yeah.
He's got to be on the same thing, and I wonder if eventually the government's going to come for him too.
Yeah. Do you think
That makes
eventually Jonathan will pretty much get tempted to use X Kryptonite if he does end up crossing it?
It's possible. I see one of two ways this either going. I either think there will be that storyline where he does consider doing that, or because he's now told Jordan about it too, Jordan will go to his dad, who's the coach on the team, and be like, hey, we have some suspicions about insert guy's name that I forgot. And his dad will look at him and be like, I think you're right. And then that'll just be pushed off to the side. One of those two ways. I don't know which way it'll go. Might be a combination of both. Jonathan might end up doing it while the other guy also gets in trouble. And they'll just think Jonathan is because natural powers,
Yeah.
So it could be something like that.
I would say like we might get some slow Superboy setups this season. So I would say like he would do some mini superhero business behind his parents' back, and that would give him that storyline with that bench presser. I forgot his name, so I'll just call him a bench presser. Because
enough.
like after this episode, Clark will definitely be more protective of his kids because he pretty much put his child in danger. So he'll definitely be more protective, and I think Jordan would have felt like empowered in a way where he was able to protect his father, and he also would want to use his abilities for good. So I think he would try to do some Superboy stuff behind his parents' back, and eventually they would find out in some way. That's what I think would happen, but I don't know.
Okay.
What do you think, Arrowverse?
I don't know.
Jordan?
I'm not really sure what will happen.
Oh, Jordan's
I think
asleep
Jordan fell
again.
asleep.
Yeah.
Still awake. I just haven't even contributed to the conversation. So
Oh.
Poor guy.
listening, but I mean, I haven't seen the episode, so I can comment on this. I'll just bring up what my
That's
friend
true.
said. If Diggle couldn't pick up, do the lock, how could Jada? I don't know what that means, but I just want to conversation starter.
Oh, that was with Batwoman. How could Jada pick a lock? Because
Was that Dave?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I don't know. It's like major nitpick there, but I guess.
Well, sorry, I was slightly distracted. What was the
if
question?
Diggle couldn't pick a lock, how could Jada do it?
I don't have that much problem with that thing. I mean, it is a skill you think Diggle should have, considering everything else he does, but it might be something that he just. I mean, sometimes you just aren't good at one particular skill, and maybe Jada and all her, backdoor sneaky dealings that she's done has had to sneak into some places over the years,
Yeah.
And you know anything Diggle has?
Oh, I'm sure he has. Like I said, I'm not saying that he shouldn't not he should know how to do that. You'd think someone that is Diggle would know how to do that, but out of all of the nitpicks I had in that episode, it is very far down the list of things I nitpicked.
I would say he was too turned on in that moment.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
yeah, you didn't watch the episode. So they implied in the episode that Diggle and Jada had a thing in the past.
Of course they did.
Probably before Arrow.
Yeah.
Well, he said to her, he goes, I got back together with my wife. So it was sometime between whenever they broke up the first time, because she knew that he was married then, and now.
Yeah. So yeah, Jordan pretty much Jada was getting closer and closer to Diggle, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm back with my wife." So yeah, he gave her the L like that. Cal, thank you so much for the super chat. When do you think Jordan will get a Superboy suit?
Tomorrow.
I mean, definitely not this season, but
he probably might. He might towards the end, maybe the finale. It depends if he manages to focus his powers more.
Yeah, I would say season 3 if I'm being honest. I would say season 3.
If we see him fly this season, then he might.
I think he still has some steps to take before they get to putting him in any type of suit.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're a season away from that still.
Yeah. So during the episode, we obviously have Clark having the visions again during that breakfast scene, and then he eventually tells Lois and John what's happening, and this pretty much leads him to having suspicions about the eradication process, and he wants to go talk to Tauro if this could be the case. That was my theory. I think I thought that it was General Zod that was nice logo, Jordan. I thought it was General Zod that was messing with Clark, because when we look back at the eradication process and Clark trying to fight back, and then the earthquake visions happening, they look pretty similar. So that was my theory, but I think everyone other than me pretty much knew that it had something to do with the earthquakes, right?
Yeah, well, you could see rock and underground when he was having the vision. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just the way he was reacting to it and the way he reacted to General Zod being in his head, it looked very similar. So
Yeah, well, it
that's-
makes sense why you thought that.
yeah. So we have Clark obviously going to Tauro. He does obviously ask him about this, and Tauro is like, he does mention that he's been powerless for a while, so it won't really matter if they pay a visit to the fortress anyways. Did you guys believe him? Like, did you guys think that he did actually not have his powers, or did you think that he had the trick up his sleeve?
I was definitely suspicious. I wasn't entirely
Yeah.
sure.
I hadn't thought of it until it happened because I had this naive assumption that all of the people that would be guarding him all this time would have the common sense to just know if this was a thing, but apparently not. You know, I don't know how they test for it, but you'd think this would be knowledge they have instead of just assuming.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's a massive supervillain. You're just going to assume he has no powers?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Like, he was exposed to Red Sun in the prison, which does make sense to why he was depowered then. But like when he left prison, then I'm like, okay, he's being exposed to the sun, then so he's definitely gonna get his powers back. But I did expect him to be depowered compared to before, in which that was pretty much the case, saying that Jordan was pretty much about to beat him up. But I was definitely suspicious as well. I did think that he was up to something.
Hmm.
But we had other storylines in this episode as well, such as the Lois and Chrissy Beppo thing about one of Lois's old articles going public due to a recent podcast. And due to this, Chrissy is pretty much beginning to question Lois's source choices, and she's pretty much questioning the reliability of her sources. And that does lead to Lois mentioning something about her sister, where she was a hidden informant. So, where do you think this storyline will go?
I mean, we all know let me rephrase that. Any of us that like pay attention to what comes up news wise for the shows already knows. And spoiler if you are not up to date, but Lucy Lane is coming into the show eventually.
Yeah,
So that is obviously they're going to at some point. There's going to be something where Chrissy is like, we have to talk to Lucy. I have to talk to Lucy so that I can hear from her firsthand. And that's how
Yeah.
they're going to, she's going to come into the show. Now, I think eventually, it might take a couple of episodes, but eventually this will blow over because we as viewers know that Lois is a quality reporter who's not
Yeah.
going to mess up and bully somebody.
yeah,
We know that as viewers, but them on the
Yeah.
ground can't know that in the show. So they have to play that out in front of us. And
Yeah.
it's just going to drag out over the show for a couple episodes, hopefully no longer than that. But eventually she'll beat the rap and everything will go on. I don't know
Yeah.
if Lucy will be around long term, though.
Is she back next episode? There's a episode 4, which is
It's
arriving in.
We do know. Should I say it?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay. It is episode 4.
It's episode
Yeah.
4, so it's the week after.
Yeah.
Is it only that episode?
Well,
No,
that
she's a
the
recurring character.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would just say like she would appear like 3 times maybe, and that would be it.
More
Well,
than that.
Yeah, more than that, but 3 episodes I would say. 4, maybe 4. Yeah. But I am really interested to see the dynamic between Lois and Lucy as well, because from this episode at least, it seemed like they were not in good terms. I don't know. I just felt
Yeah,
like
I
that.
mean, Lois pretty much outright said that after whatever the situation was they had, I forgot what it was about now, but
Yeah.
they haven't talked since then. So I
Yeah.
mean, that's not good terms.
So it would take some convincing for Lucy to come. So we'll see how Lois does it. And also we do have the mayor storyline as well with I forgot the guy's name, but it was Lana's candidate who was gonna go for mayor, but he ends up getting a job offer, so he doesn't go for it. And this eventually leads to the storyline where it progresses to Lana going like, right, I'm gonna become mayor and I'm gonna pretty much kick this guy's ass. And I'm pretty sure that she's gonna end up becoming mayor by the end of the
Yeah.
season.
I think so too,
Yeah.
because they just have to give those parents a storyline that's going to fit into everything else. They can't
Yeah.
just have like Kyle running around doing whatever, and I forgot the wife's name. She's a regular
Lana.
character.
Lana.
Lana, thank you. I mean, you can't just have her going around being like this emotional support person of the week for whoever. Like, they need a storyline. So if she's running the town, that puts her dead center in the middle of other stories and will give them a reason to have them in the show outside of being Sarah's parents. Because right now, that's the only thing they really are.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think she'll win because, the CW just, they're not going to screw this one up. I do wonder if we will ever find out what the situation was behind that guy getting a job offer out of the blue. Like,
Yeah.
there had to be some backdoor dealing with whoever the current mayor, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Somehow that has something to do with the job offer.
Yeah.
The guy thought, hey, I get rid of this guy, I go uncontested again.
Mm.
Yeah, like the Lana and like Lang story is always like the weak link for me. Even in season 1, as much as I loved the season, I didn't really get entirely interested when they came on. Like, I feel like in the last few episodes, like it was just like a 3-episode story that could have been 1 episode, which was, should we leave town? Like, shut up, I don't care.
I guess.
Like, for me, I am expecting her to become mayor by the end of the season, but I don't think it's gonna go too well at the start. Like, I don't know why I'm using this season as an example, but I'm expecting something like Arrow season 4, where Lana will slightly get the upper edge, but then something will force her to step down, and then the other mayor will continue, but then somehow she will end up becoming mayor by the end of the season. That's what I think will happen.
I'm having
as you
all these
said-
traumatic memories just went through me. I'm envisioning how Lois is going to get up out of a wheelchair.
It's just mainly because I don't know how they're gonna stretch the storyline for the whole season. That's why.
Which part?
Well, it
You
might
mean
not
her
be.
running for mayor?
Yeah, like her running for mayor and becoming mayor.
I don't think it'll last all season. I think it'll only. I think the run for mayor will probably be to like the mid-season mark, and then she'll win around mid-season. And
Yeah, that
then
could
the
work as well.
back half will be her just like starting to be mayor.
Yeah,
Wait, did we get
that would
a
actually be pretty interesting.
another Doomsday tease?
Yeah, we
Yes.
did. We'll get to that in a
Hey,
bit. We'll get
okay.
to that in a bit. So we do also have this terrorist attack taking place during the episode, and Clark is able to take him down pretty easily at first. However, this villain inhales kryptonite, and that obviously allows him to become stronger. And during the process, Clark does begin to have these visions again, which allows the villain to pretty much take down Superman. And with the kryptonite soldiers of the DOD saving Clark, which was pretty cool because we got to see Tag Harris return. But how do you think they will handle these DOD super soldiers? Do you think they will make more, or do you think that they will eventually fight Superman? Because it seems like Clark and Anderson are not on good terms after this episode.
Well, my theory is that we'll find out that something happens with Anderson, and then Superman and him have to go head to head or something, and then Anderson has the whole army on his side, so Superman will probably have to fight them at some point. Like maybe if Anderson is behind the mines or whatever happened with Doomsday, then yeah, I'm sure that will probably happen.
My theory is that when Doomsday arrives, I think most of those DOD soldiers will get killed off, and then Clark will then go up to Anderson and confront him, saying this is why you shouldn't have done it. They're inexperienced, and you forced them to go out the field without knowing the risks and things like that.
That
And
could
then I
also
think,
happen.
and then Clark will pretty much have beef because of that, and then Anderson will still oppose Clark, and then maybe he will try and expose himself to Kryptonite, but for him it will go wrong, what
The
results
amount
him
of
into
times you've
becoming
said this theory.
out first. I know I mentioned this last week as well,
Uh,
but that's what I think. That's what I think will happen.
I do think somewhere in this season, Anderson tries Kryptonite.
Yeah,
I don't know how we get to that point, but I'm pretty certain at some point he's got a hate on for Clark,
yeah,
and at some point there's going to be a point where Clark, almost exactly what you just said, has to go up against one or all of his little boys and cleans the floor with one of them, and all of a sudden he's like, man's got to do this job, and goes and does takes it, and I think that'll be your like face-off villain like for at least 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
He'll be all roided up, and suddenly it'll be him versus Clark for episode or 2. He won't obviously be like the main villain, but he will at least be a secondary villain.
Yeah.
Well, they have said that there are multiple big bads, so that makes sense.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I think he would be a secondary villain as well. It makes a lot of sense.
was he more like the generic military opposition in this episode, or?
No, he's so unlikable. He's so unlikable in this episode.
You want to punch him in the face just every time he speaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're getting to that scene right now. So Clark is essentially at the med bay, and Anderson continues to tell Clark that he can't get involved with DOD operations if he isn't on his team, and that he needs to figure out this vision issue on his own if he doesn't side with the DOD. And obviously Clark isn't siding with the DOD. So they do have some conflict about that. And Clark doesn't agree with how Anderson is using Kryptonite soldiers, especially with someone like Tag Harris, who's barely 18. And Anderson doesn't care about that at all. So like he's pretty much I'm not going to say the word, but he's a D-head pretty much. He's a D-head. And Clark is essentially left on his own because of that. So that's what forces him to go to Tauro and breaks him out of jail so that he actually finds out what's going on with him. And while that's happening, Jordan does also come along with Clark because he's been having a tough time lately. He's like, okay, you know what? I'll watch your back. He could have some booby traps over there you don't know. So Jordan does tag along with them as well, which was something I really liked about the episode as well. But yeah, what did you guys think about that?
I lost the thread of where we were in that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just talking about the whole scene where Anderson.
Oh yeah, that's how we started, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm supposed to hate Anderson. I understand that's the way the character is written, but he does it so effortlessly that I kind of it's beyond just that, to the point to where I want to punch him.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
He's more of a villain to me than whoever the main villain is, just because he's so punchable. Usually, when you have an actual villain in the show, there's an agenda they have that you hear it and you're like, all right, I kind of can get what they're saying. They might be terrible people the way they're going about it, but I see what they're trying to do. Whereas Anderson's just an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've been sitting here for an hour looking at this. I just realized there's a little maple leaf beside my my photo on the screen.
Oh. Oh, Jordan's back.
Oh, good. It's gone.
Oh, West Allen as well.
Oh, West Allen's stand now. Oh, no, he's changing his logo again.
No.
Shame on him.
Well, I just saw something. I thought I'd put it out. That there's a few CW shows have been renewed, but they're like unscripted ones. Like we got World's Funniest Animals and Masters of Illusion and Penn and Teller. So we might be getting some renewals like in the next few weeks. Potentially.
Those are really cheap shows to do, though. So there's no way those shows are ever ending unless, like, in the case of like Penn and Teller, they finally go like, we're done doing this thing. Like, world's funniest shows, they can pump those out so cheap it's not even funny. There's a reason that there's so much reality television. That show will be doing 26 seasons before they consider canceling it.
When do you think that they will start announcing like the Flash's renewals and things like that?
It's always
I
Well, it's
honestly-
usually March, isn't it? February or March,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think it's March or April. Like, I was having this discussion just yesterday or 2 days ago with someone, and they went through the last like 5 years of announcements. And remember, the last 2 years we had abnormal years, so those
Yeah.
dates are a little out of the ordinary. But
true.
the other 3 years prior to those, it was in May each year, and that was
May.
when the upfronts are on. I thought it was in April.
Yeah.
For some reason, I had April in my head, but apparently it was in May.
Yeah.
So I think March might still be a little soon, but because we're in an odd year still, because these shows are still off season by a couple of months, I don't know if they will do it at the upfronts, because who knows if they'll even be in upfronts. So
Wasn't
they
there one
might.
recent-
Sorry, what's that?
Wasn't there one recently? Because I remember seeing like a conductor saying that they were doing a panel for it or something.
They might have had something like an upfronts, because they have other things like the television critic things and stuff like that. But the actual upfronts, which are in New York every year, is usually like I said, I thought it was April, but apparently it's May.
I think I'm
So yeah.
I think I'm thinking of the Disney Plus upfronts. Never mind.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Show stations like Disney and stuff like that have their own extra. They don't want to be part of everyone else's thing.
Yeah, but we're all pretty much assuming that all the DC shows got renewed for another season, right?
Well, I'm not. I'm assuming Legends won't.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Keep betting on that.
I honestly think it will at this point.
Is this
Like-
is this because of Katie Lott's moving apartments or?
a little part of that. So a few things.
Uh-huh.
The two people who I have on average about 2 people on each show that I have some loose connection to that I can ask them a question once in a while.
Uh-huh.
Both of the people on Legends that I know, when I talked to them, and this was granted while they were still filming, this was back late November, early December. I'd asked both of them in different ways, like, what have you heard about renewals?
Mm-hmm.
And usually by that point, the production is going to them and kind of being like, all right, so we don't have a date yet, but make yourself available for approximately insert month here. You know?
Mm.
They never got that order this year. Nobody on the production side was told, free your schedule up. They were basically just
Interesting.
told, like, go, if you get a job, go get a job. So
Oh.
that is where they are as of right now. They weren't told that there is no job. They were just told that we don't know if there'll be a job,
Do you
basically.
want to bet?
No.
Because I'm just thinking that it doesn't.
Legends of
feel like-
Tomorrow has proven me wrong twice or 3 times already. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it could just be a long hiatus because they're filming back to back to back the last 3 seasons, weren't they?
Yeah, true. Yeah, they have.
basically.
Pretty much.
Because I'm just thinking because it doesn't feel like they're leading to the end this season. Like it feels like a normal.
well,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just
season.
an ending.
And we've
It's
got
such
like
a-
4
it's such
episodes
a-
to go.
it's such a cornball show that it's not like they have to have a really serious, interesting ending to it, right? So
I guess.
they could literally in the second to last episode of the series create a new storyline and just be like, all right, this is the storyline we're going for the next 2 episodes, and that could be the end.
Yeah. It's just that there's only 4 episodes left of the season as well, so you'd think that.
Oh,
would
is
know.
there? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Same with
Yeah.
Batwoman.
I mean, if they have been planning this for a while, I don't see why they wouldn't have announced that it's the final season from the start.
Hmm.
Again, I said this a while ago on one of my chats.
I don't go
People-
to them,
Yeah, no, I've noticed.
sorry.
People ask this all the time, like, oh, they always tell you when there's the final season. I'm like, you're correct. That's what they used to do. You were correct. But you got to remember right now, behind the scenes, a whole ton of stuff is going on and pieces are moving around. We have no idea what Discovery's plan is for Warner Brothers. And they might have already said, like, we don't want you making any decisions without us also being in on it. And Warner Brothers like, okay. and Discovery hasn't got around to telling them what they do
Oh.
and don't want going forward.
'Cause
I
they
don't
can't-
know
they're
that to
still
be a
in
fact.
final
I'm just saying.
negotiations.
What's that?
They're still in final negotiations, right? They haven't actually like had any influence on Warner Brothers yet.
You're right. They haven't wrapped it up. But if you're buying a company and that company all of a sudden, like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put out 9 shitty things. You're going to sit back and be like, well, now we don't fucking want it. So they already, before the sale happens, are talking to them and going, okay, we don't own it yet, but we would like to start we'd like to start putting our stamp on things. We want to know what your plan is with these properties. And then they'd be like, okay, well, we'll let you know when we're, coming to that decision. And Discovery might just not have got back to them and been like, okay, here's what I want, here's what I don't want, this is this. Or they might have even just said to them, like, we don't make announcements like that. We'll announce it when the show's on. Like, who knows what Discovery's behind the scenes things are, because they don't do television regularly. This is way out of their, they do nature videos. Like, this isn't,
Isn't it
something that they
Discovery
do on
Channel?
the, yeah.
What?
Do you think Batwoman would be next, or as in like after season 4? Because we already know it's getting season 4 anyways.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I mean, the Flash is always a question mark because that all depends on if Grant wants to come back.
Yeah.
If Grant wants to come back, then it outlasts Batwoman. If Grant decides he's done, then obviously it goes before Batwoman.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't they still have to like honor like pre-existing contracts with like actors and not the actors, but like the network and stuff?
It's a super convoluted thing. I vaguely know parts of how this works, but technically, you're under contract to Warner Brothers. Now, there's an insane amount of layers that I don't understand. Where, say you have a 6-year deal, and your show gets canceled after 4. The way I believe it works, and I'm only saying believe because I don't know detail by detail how it breaks down. The way I believe it works is at that point, Warner Brothers or CW, whoever holds the contract, I don't know which part actually holds it, they have the rights to still, like, if they see another project, they're like, we really think Javicia Leslie would be great on insert show here. They then would just move her over there for the 2 years of her deal that's still left.
Right.
Not as Ryan Wilder. She'd be like Bitsy Lilithan or whatever her name's going to be, right? Like,
on like Legacies or something like that.
Yeah. She'd all of a sudden be on Legacies for the last 2 years of the deal that she had that started on Batwoman.
Yeah,
but could it be Batwoman again? Like if she moves to like Flash or something, would that?
Maybe, but probably not, because then that. So this is the part I do know a little bit more about, and that is the negotiations about getting characters' rights.
Right.
And that is the holding point in that thing, because Ryan Wilder was an originally created character for Batwoman.
Yeah.
So whoever created that character, they get paid off whenever that character shows up literally anywhere else now. Ryan Wilder shows up.
Batwoman Rider, wasn't it?
I think you're right. Ryan Wilder showed up on the Flash crossover. She would have had to have gotten some percentage of some deal for her to be on that episode of Flash, because that is her property. And that is the same problem that would happen if she decided to be a recurring character on the show. They would have to negotiate a deal to get the rights to that character. And these shows don't like putting out that type of money. I mean, The Flash does it a little bit. We still see some of those characters show up in The Flash. And Batwoman, for now, is getting away with that. But I think if Batwoman gets to like a season 5, you're suddenly going to see some magically new characters no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
Legends like 4 years ago just gave up. Sorry, what?
Yeah.
I don't even know how Warner Brothers let Batwoman use one of the top Batman villains, Joker. Like, what?
Well, they're not.
Well, they technically haven't yet.
Well,
I mean, he's not officially being called the Joker. He's referring to himself as a Joker type person, but they have not called him the Joker on the show.
Yeah, but still, like, this is a lot of like Batman's well-known rogues gallery. Like,
Mhm.
Scarecrow,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
So,
Does
Sarah
Batwoman have
Schechter,
her own road?
I think it's Sarah Schechter a couple of years ago. She kind of went. Oh no, it was Caroline Dries. Went over the way this kind of works in a tweet. She basically was like, every year we go to Warner Brothers and like, here's the people we'd really like to use. And then Warner Brothers comes back to them and goes, okay, this 90% we're not letting you use, but these 10% you can get, we're going to let you use, and here's how you're allowed to use them. So in this case, they get Poison Ivy. You know, they probably got one or two others that, you know, we've yet to see. Like last year, they had got like Victor Zsasz and stuff like that. So they would go forward and be like, we have these ideas. Which ones are we allowed? And then they come back to them and be like, here's the ones we'll allow you to use. Here's the ones that are completely off limits. So I guess in the Joker one, they're like, you can use the Joker in reference, but you can't call your character the Joker, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a little stupid behind the scenes, legalese, stuff like that, that holds a lot of these shows back all the time, you know?
I mean, like, if Grant Gustin, like, for example, signed the 7-season contract, that just means that if they were to do a 6 or 7 season, he has to come back. Not that the show has to come back, right?
Sorry, can you rephrase that? Like, go say it again?
Like, the contract is only, like, if the network chooses to renew it, he has to come back. Not necessarily they will renew it. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to, like, the Javicia Leslie situation. Say her contract is 6 seasons. After 4, Batwoman is done. She still has 2 years left on that contract.
Okay, so she has to fulfill it anyways.
Oh, she has, if Warner Brothers or CW, whichever side it is that actually holds it, says to her, like, we want to move you to insert television show to be the lovable, fun mom, that's now her new job. She still
But
has
does
2
she have
years
to
on that
fill
contract.
6 years on the contract? Or
What's that?
only 4? Like, does she have to fill the 6 years on a contract? Or if, like, Batwoman ends up season 4, they can just let her go?
Well, that would be the studio's option to let her go. The studio could say, we're letting you go, because they might also be like, we're not going to pay you lead salary to be a person that's getting 6 episodes. Like, they might look at it like they still have 2 years of her as at lead salary. But if they look at it and they're like, we don't have a project that we want to pay you that much for, then yeah, they would just walk away from the last 2 years of the contract, like they did with Rick Cosnett. Rick Cosnett's been kind of a little open about this. He had a 6-year deal.
Oh yeah,
We all know he only did 1, and it was the studio that decided, okay, we don't need your character anymore. Your contract's just done. I don't know how the back. I don't know how the back end works, but I know there's some type of financial compensation. I don't know what the percentage or how it works, but Rick Cosnett would have got some low-level payout for the contract that is now voided.
Yeah.
But if they had said to him, like, if it had been a case of the Flash got canceled after 1 season, and they were kind of like, we still want to keep Rick Cosnett's there still for 5 seasons.
Yeah. Jordan, I think it was because Rick Cosner was originally meant to play Jay Garrick before he was Eddie Thawne. I think that's the main reason why they switched up his character, and then they just gave him a 1-season arc instead of it being Jay Garrick.
Didn't he just audition for that though? Like he was actually cast?
No. Like the showrunner said, you're Jay Garrick, and then they changed it up afterwards.
Huh?
Studios do that all the time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Studios do that a lot because they don't want it necessarily getting out what they're doing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I remember, I know you guys probably, well, even if you do watch it, you maybe don't know, but like TV show Supernatural. One of the leads on that show, who's like the 3rd lead on the show, he auditioned for a role. I know which you guys are reading already. He auditioned for a scene on the show for a completely different character, even though he got the he got the role that he auditioned for, but he was told it was going to be a completely different character because they didn't want it leaking out that this character was going to be on the show. You know,
like Thawne would have been a big reveal. Eddie Thawne.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Hi, Gary.
But thank you, Cal, for the super chat. You've probably gone by now, but yeah, see you later. And do I pull this up?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
I do not think we'll get a C scene there, Gary.
Yeah.
Will we get Ryan,
Go
Sophie
to a no,
scene?
CC.
A C
Yeah,
scene.
C
It says
scene.
C scene.
CC.
I do not expect you're gonna get that, Gary. Maybe somewhere on Tumblr you'll get it.
Or someone
Oh,
or
another website.
PH.
Another website.
Yeah.
Yeah, best
I
going
mean,
there.
Someone will make
mean-
some sort of Photoshop and put it on Tumblr.
I mean,
Oh,
Gary
God.
did say this for The Flash season 7, and we had 2 off-screen ones happening in The Flash season 7 because we had the I love that impulse one, and then we had Chester catching Barry and Iris.
Oh,
during
yeah.
episode 13 as
Oh my
well.
god.
So Gary did make that happen. Gary
So-
did make that happen. So
Gary,
Oh,
you made
Gary.
that happen. So this could happen as well.
who knows? Who knows?
I mean,
And then have
all I'll
Offspring
say
season
is
8,
if
Allegra
if the
Chester.
starter if March comes around and the Flash somehow gets delayed, I'm going to just assume there's going to be a C scene with Ryan and Sophie at some point.
Yeah.
I feel like this is actually from the future, and we just aren't seeing
Yeah. Oh, I'm convinced of it.
it.
Yeah.
Because he was right twice last year about the delays.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, it was only a week for the Superman Lois premiere, but still.
Still got delayed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was a whole different month.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, with Superman and Lois, did you guys expect to see Laura Lorvan in the episode?
Who?
Laura
No,
Lorvan, the mother.
Oh.
the hologram in the fortress.
Oh, okay. No, not at all. But I also
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to those little things, you know.
Yeah, I don't
was-
think it had been said that she was going to be in it.
It was I did not expect it, but we did know that Taro had her crystal stored somewhere. But I wasn't expecting to see her.
Mm.
But she did have a very good acted scene with Morgan Edge. It was a really well acted scene.
Josh.
About
This is coming.
like
Sorry.
oh, go on. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say this is relevant, but this is coming from me. Maybe consider going into an episode blind without knowing what the showrunner said in an interview or something. Just
Well, when you're on Twitter, you can't really
no, maybe get on.
avoid that. Nah.
Oh no!
I don't
Oh
really
no!
care,
He's
so.
manifested it.
Oh, here we go. Gary
Yes,
Gavin.
Gary. Thank you so much for the super chat. Is the Flash getting delayed later than March?
March.
Well, now that you said it, Gary,
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
it's going to air on April 1st.
Oh.
Yeah.
By the way, if that happens, I am so sorry for making that happen.
Wait, if that happens, do you owe him a Grant Gustin autograph?
I do.
I think he owes him like 5 at this point.
He does. He
I
owes
tried to
3.
give him one last year, and he turned it down for a follow
Give
on
it to me
Twitter.
instead. I'm from the
Oh
future
wow.
too.
If Jordan stays for an entire stream, does he get one?
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna say it here since I have two of my mods here at the same time. I don't know where Demir is, but oh well. So funny enough, about 4 months ago, I was considering sending you guys each an autograph from someone that you liked, but there was actually a point where when I was in the process, I'm like, you know what? They're never in the chat.
That's true.
And I just never followed through on doing it.
Okay, but last year I was there every single second.
Yeah,
day
last
I
year you were, and that's why I thought of it this year. I'm like, you know what? I got to get them something this year, and then you guys just all vanished on me for like months.
CG, in my defense, it's like 4 or 5 a.m. when you stream. So yeah.
I do not accept your defense. You must be there. No.
Okay. Arrowverse is there, isn't he?
I've been
Arrowverse is there
busy
once in a
lately.
while.
Yeah.
But I try to stop by for at least
Josh,
10 minutes or 5 minutes.
So I can get up this
He's
early
become-
for your stream. You can get up a few hours early for Canada Graphs, okay?
He's
It's
become
almost like
too
you
famous
guys live in
recently.
the other side of the world or something, which is impossible because you guys all live on a soundstage somewhere in California. I mean, it's the same time zone as
California.
me. What's your excuse, guys?
Yeah.
People
We
coming
don't
into
have
the
any.
chat right now must think I'm nuts.
What were we even talking about? Oh, Superman and Lois, right?
Superman and Lois.
Yeah. We were talking about
We're
Superman and Lois.
we're talking about the incredible.
family reunion.
Are we doing
Yeah.
a quiz?
No.
I did not have a quiz today. Oh, whoa. We
Lazy
got more.
ass.
What did you think about the new Batwoman episode? Also, thank you for the super chat once again, Gary.
Not the best episode. That's about the way I would summarize it. I
Oh,
think
it's
you were
the
in my
Bat
chat last night, Gary, so I
Women.
think you already know how I felt about it.
No, it's the Batwomen episode, not woman. It's a different show.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really like it. A lot of it wasn't interesting. The only stuff they really cared about was the Diggle stuff, and I guess the Poison Ivy stuff. But yeah. Other than that,
There was three things in the episode that I think were okay for me. Obviously, the Diggle stuff. I think we're all on the same page with that. For me, the scene with Luke at the end of the episode where he realizes like he's got to stop like living in his dad's like kind of like past, whatever you want, however you want to look at that. He kind of just finally realized like, if I'm going to do this, I have to go out there and do it myself. I have to stop, I'm missing a word and I can't think of what the word is. But yeah, dad's approval type of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that scene was really good.
Yeah.
And the other scene I really was interested in was when Alice finds the phone that was dropped in the woods. Like, that's coming to bite Mary in the ass somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
When?
Wait,
and
Alice
how?
found it?
Who knows?
Yeah, Alice found it.
I guess I missed that.
It was near the
Yeah.
end. Yeah, Alice found it.
Okay, yeah.
Alice
that's if
went.
you're going back.
Alice went into the. Alice woke up because remember Mary put her to sleep,
Yeah.
and she
Right,
woke
yeah,
up.
yeah,
All
yeah.
of a sudden, she got out of the car, walked through the woods, and she found the phone, and then she found the body.
And she's like, "Oh dear sister, what did you do?" Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the way she found it at the time, there was that look on her face of almost like I have to protect Mary. But you also know what Alice is like, and Alice is just like, this is also blackmail I can use down the road. So somewhere down the line, that's going to bite Mary in the ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Besides those three parts of the episode, throw it all in the garbage.
But yeah, thank you so much, Gary, for the super chat. I know you sent it once more accidentally. I'll just answer this question for you. When will Mary be normal again? I would say by the end of the season, since there's only a couple of episodes left. So I would say near the end, maybe the penultimate episode or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's a fair. When I answered as normal, I mean no longer Poison Mary, but I think she will not be normal in the sense of she's going to have some trauma to deal with for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
That being said, Mary and Trauma are practically like married to each other already. So
Yeah. Also, CG, I want to get your opinion on the Book of Boba Fett. Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it, but not as much as I hoped I would. If I had to give it like so I went in because Mandalorian was amazing. So I went in with the expectation it would at least be close to the Mandalorian. Like, let's say the Mandalorian's an A. I expected at least a B+ out of them. What I'm getting is like a B- or a C+. Still watchable, still good, but it isn't reaching what I was hoping for, I'm liking pieces of it, but I'm just not super, like, it comes out, what, is it Wednesday nights or Tuesday nights? Something like that?
Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah. So I've already got, on one side, I've got Superman and Lois. Next side, I got Batwoman. Then I got Peacemaker right after it.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of, out of those four shows, last place for me.
Because I know Arrowverse has the same feelings about it. I would I like really love the show. Apart from episode 3, I really did not like episode 3.
You
But
gave
I
10
would-
out of 10 to every episode apart from
I gave
3.
10 out of 10 to every episode apart from episode 3.
Okay.
Kidding me?
The only thing I would disagree with is that like he feels so out of character. Like the Boba Fett I know, like he's ruthless. He's ruthless.
Yeah.
Like that biker girl in episode 3, for example, like when she dissed him, Boba would the Boba Fett I know would have just shot her and just made an example out of her.
So, here's the thing: the Boba Fett you know is Boba Fett in the past, though.
Yeah.
I think what we're supposed to be getting is, the new Disneyfication of things, and he's growing.
The
You know?
Disneyfication, not the Yussification.
He's growing as a person. He doesn't just
Yeah,
go around and
I
shoot
guess.
first and ask questions later.
Yeah.
Um,
I must say, though,
that,
the episode...
that said, you know what really disappointed me in episode 3? I wanted more than I've wanted anything else in an episode in a while was to see him go mess up that biker gang. Now,
Yeah, exactly.
We sort of got that in episode 4, but it wasn't as satisfying because it happened a week later. Plus, it was from like the air. I wanted to see him on the ground just mess them up, and I didn't get that.
Yeah, like even when like he was chasing after the mayor, like I was just sitting there like, you have a jetpack, why don't you use it?
Hmm. Pretty much everyone with internet access pointed that out.
Yeah, but apart from that, like I'm really loving the show. I really like it.
Like I said, I
just-
like it.
Yeah.
It hasn't reached the level that I thought it would get to.
Yeah. I like, for me, he's just feeling out of character. That's pretty much it. Like even Tamora Morrison in an interview, like like this is actually a fun fact, but most of Fennec Shan's lines were actually with Boba Fett. It was actually for Boba Fett. And Tamora Morrison did say like, my character is meant to be a mysterious character. This is who Boba Fett is. And he essentially had the idea to make Jon Favreau give most of his dialogues to Fennec Shand, so he's still able to have that mysterious aspect of him.
Interesting.
So yeah, Tamora Morrison did have a bit of beef with Disney as well because of that. But I'm really excited to see where the last few episodes go. It looks like we are getting spoiler next week, so that's gonna be pretty interesting.
Mandalorian.
Okay.
Way to ruin it
Chuck it
for
out there.
everybody.
I'm sorry. If you heard the music,
How many
Now
episodes?
I don't even have to watch it. I know everything now.
And,
Are there
I
6 episodes?
Yesterday, I heard
yeah, there's
this like
6 episodes.
I cannot help but doing that. Like yesterday, I was at tennis and there was like this like quiz, and they were just like, "What's Spider-Man's name?" Like this little kids, and I just walked past and yelled out, "Peter Parker!" I was like, "Oh, I didn't mean."
Just was that in public?
You actively go around. You actively go around to malls during Christmas time and tell children that's not Santa Claus, don't you?
Yeah. Wait, it's not.
Oh
No, that's yeah.
no, that's Mark Hamill underneath.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The bomb.
Every mall in the world's just got Mark Hamill in the Santa
Every
outfit.
mall. Every mall. Oh my god, every mall.
Every mall. Every
Every
mall.
shopping center. Right.
I don't want to hype things up, but it would be really cool to have like a Luke Skywalker type character show up in the finale
Some
for
said Harrison
Boba
Ford
Fett.
took time off the Indiana Jones set to go to Book of Boba Fett set, which I don't believe for a second. But
No,
yeah.
it would like if they were to put Han Solo as like part of the Boba Fett, it would be the actor that played him in the Solo movie. It wouldn't be Harrison Ford.
Taron, no, what's his name? Joel Edgerton.
I don't remember the guy's name. He's a relatively new name to me. I forgot his name.
Oh,
Like you two won't know this
Harrenich.
character.
Whoever the hell
You
it
two won't know this character, but there's this bounty hunter called Cad Bane.
is that?
And
Oh
I
yeah, I
think
know him. Clone Wars. I've seen it.
you would know him, Jordan. You would know him.
Oh, I think
But
yeah.
there was a deleted scene in Clone Wars where Boba Fett and him had a fight, and that's where Boba kills Cad Bane.
Ooh.
But we didn't get that happening, so I think we're gonna get that in Book of Boba Fett.
Wait,
We might be
Boba Fett's
right.
in Clone Wars?
We are still
Boba's in
working
Clone Wars.
through. We are still working through Boba Fett's backstory. We're not done with it yet. So
Yeah.
there's still room for some things.
And I saw that
I mean, he
Danny
still has
Trejo.
to. He still has to get his armor back. We know that's still to come. Like, there's still parts of his story up until the start of the show that we haven't got to yet.
Mm-hmm,
Well, start of when he shows up in Mandalorian.
Start of
it really
Mandalorian.
is.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, it would be really cool to have Mace Windu, but that's not happening.
I don't know. Samuel L. Jackson shows up in everything.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He was even in the Clone Wars movie.
He was, yeah, he was.
It's weird. But yeah, we also saw Danny Trejo was in this.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
My
And
headcanon is that it's just
I had one of those. If I was doing a reaction channel thing, I would have had a great one because I was just sitting there like, oh yeah, and I'm like, it's Mancini.
Cynthia's father.
Like, I couldn't believe it. I didn't know.
Is he by like an iconic character from the comics or something?
You mean the character he's playing? I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it's from the comics, the Star Wars comics.
Who's this?
Danny Trejo's character,
Oh.
the one that had the Rancor,
yeah.
the trainer
No,
or whatever.
I don't remember him. I don't know.
he's the guy who plays Breacher on The Flash.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember him in the comics
Oh.
as far as I'm aware.
Oh, in the comics, okay.
Gary, sorry for the hold, but thank you for the super chat once again. What's your ranking for the Flash? Mine is 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5, 7. Mine would be 1, 2, 6, 4, 3, 5, 7.
Mine would be 7, 5, 4, 3,
Don't forget, Gary. He is from Australia, so everything is backwards.
6, 2, 1. We're fine.
Right. Well, yeah, mine's definitely 1, 2, 6, 4, 3, 7, 5.
For me, it would be 12, 9, 11.
You tried to one up
1,
my
2.
micro, but it fell flat. I'm sorry.
No, because see, I've already seen the future episodes. So.
Oh,
Oh.
right.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
I'll just let you guys know right now. Episode or season 15, just don't even bother. It's a lot of backstory about Phil, and you haven't even met Phil yet.
It worse than season 1, though.
Oh.
It's the worst in
season
season
1.
Oh, Jordan, thank you for the super chat. It's just getting delayed.
There's that big cinema money he's making being thrown around.
I've worked hard for that. No.
Yeah, I'm
Here's
sure
the
you have.
question, though. Are you, Josh?
Huh?
Are you
Am I what?
getting delayed later than your mum?
Oh, no.
Oh, damn.
Unfortunately. But
What
I
do
am
you
going to
think?
block you, though, because that was...
You what?
I'm going to block you now, because that was
Oh.
very mean and hurt my feelings.
He's
Oh,
too
yeah.
famous, Jordan. He's too famous.
Yeah, I know.
100K views per video.
No.
What do you guys think of the Flash season 3? I don't like it. I know it's
Mid.
a hot take,
It's
but
called
I don't
West
like
because
it.
every single thing in it is mid. West Allen is mid. Your Cincinnati Reds. Sorry. Don't get my TikTok references. I hate you guys.
Okay,
I get it, but...
we'll
Yeah, you do, Josh.
No.
we'll clip Jordan saying West Allen is mid, and we'll put on Twitter. And we'll
Oh
see.
no.
Hashtag West Allen.
mid.
Oh, no.
Let them deal with
Duet
it.
is mid. Alright. It's alright. Not.
You'll
No,
show
that's
up
season
tomorrow,
3.
and Jordan will actually. You'll show up tomorrow, and Jordan will somehow actually have negative followers on his account.
Oh, he'll get cancelled.
How about you guys?
Yeah.
What do you guys think of season 3 of the Flash?
I don't even. At this point, if it's not in the last year or two of existence, I've kind of just have forgotten them.
No, the man's
I don't
getting
know
old.
if I don't know if
Leave
it's I don't know if it's the pandemic or just I'm getting old and forgetting things.
Yeah,
But
definitely getting old.
unless you bring it up to me and tell me exactly what happened, and then I can be like, oh yeah, that, oh this, oh right, that. It's just all a blur.
Yeah.
What? What?
So
I mean,
I
all
think-
I do remember is the great things like Arrow season 4 and Iris jumping off the building,
Obviously,
and
yeah.
wheelchair.
yeah, getting
Season
up out of the
5.
wheelchair. The
Ah.
epic
Live
scenes
action
like
novel.
that I do remember,
Yeah,
but
of
an
course.
overall story for a full season, I kind of don't remember them very well.
Can you bring up Dark
Yeah.
Shadow's comment?
Dark. Okay, wait 1 second. Is it this one?
Yeah. What the hell does that mean? Are you pushing P, Josh?
I'm not going to say anything. I don't know what that means.
Are you pushing PP?
Oh my god.
All I can think when I see P is from Peacemaker.
Oh, really good show, by the way.
Anyways. Nah,
fucking amazing.
Amazing.
I've only seen the first episode, so I can't really talk about it.
What do you think of episode
Oh.
4, CG?
Amazing.
Good segue,
And
by
it
the
was
way.
a slow start. Like the
Yeah,
first 10 minutes were still decent, but not amazing. But
Yeah.
I'll just address it in the Vegas of terms. From the fight scene to the
Yeah,
end of the
definitely.
episode,
Yeah, exactly. Crazy.
some of the best stuff I've watched on any superhero show.
And the ending was pretty crazy as well with
Yes. Didn't see that. I got a hint about 1 second before the reveal. I was like, could he be? And then they did. But it
Who's
was like
Moon?
1 second.
Who's
Yeah.
Moon?
Hmm?
Who's Moon?
he's the like the leader of the squad.
Oh, Mern. Oh, yeah. All it sounded like to me was Moon.
I think I know the reveal. I wasn't sure who Moon was, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah,
on
Crimson
episode 1. I
Worm.
completely forgot. I forgot to watch episode 2 and 3.
How
Me
did
too.
you forget?
I didn't
I don't know.
forget.
I watched episode 1 and I
Because
Well,
it came
fell
out on
asleep.
the same night.
I know. That was the reason, because I watched
Yeah,
episode
you
1
thought it
and
was
then
going to
fell
be
asleep.
weekly.
Yeah. I
Oh,
thought it was only
okay.
2 episodes or something, but it was actually 3. And then I
Well,
just
you
forgot
still
about
watch
it.
the second episode then, huh?
What?
What?
You still forgot to watch the second episode then, if you thought it was 2 episodes.
Yeah, his
I
excuse
did.
isn't holding up very well.
He's too
I
famous.
thought it
That's
was-
his excuse. He's too famous.
I knew it was 3, but I
I'll be back
just
in a few
forgot about it
seconds.
when I woke up.
All right. Okay, so I'll just quickly wrap up the Superman and Lois stuff, I guess, and then.
Okay.
So yeah, we essentially have the earthquakes going on again. So Clark is going back to headache mode, and then this leads to a really cool battle between Jordan and Taro, which was pretty unexpected to see because Jordan was able to hurt him. So I wasn't expecting that. I mean, like Morgan Edge was pretty depowered, but to see him have an advantage at some point was pretty cool. But eventually he's held into a chokehold, and then Clark goes crazy, beats the living crap out of Morgan Edge, and then Laura Lorvan reveals what's going on with Clark, which later on in the episode, towards the end, we find out that whatever's in these earthquakes is what's causing Clark's visions. So that is pretty much his link with Doomsday. And we'd also have that Sarah and Jordan storyline where Sarah pretty much comes out in a way where she does say that she kissed a girl in camp.
Hey, yo,
And-
what?
Oh, you didn't
I need to
know?
watch this episode right
Oh,
now.
Jordan's behind. Yeah, right.
I need to watch
Yeah.
this episode right now.
Yeah, that's
So,
been
yeah.
That's the big secret that she was holding in week
I thought it
1.
was that she was depressed, wanted to commit suicide.
Oh, no.
Was it another character?
And may I just say, I mean, I understand Jordan being a little maybe disappointed in the moment, but that is the
Yeah.
most unproblematic thing to get worked up. That like he threw
Yeah.
a tantrum about it basically, and I'm just like, you know what? It's not like she broke up with you. Like
Yeah.
she admitted it to you. It obviously was bugging her, and you're acting like she slept with 5 guys while she was at camp.
Wait,
Yeah.
another one gone woke. I got that though.
Yeah. The YouTubers are starting it. Superman Loves has gone woke.
yeah.
Actually?
I've seen them.
Yeah,
I've seen them
I've
already.
seen
Oh,
them.
because she kissed a girl.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, great because for like the last year and a half, they've been like the one show the CW has, and now they're just like, oh no.
Yeah, that's literally it says "oh no" on the thumbnail on one of the videos.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I'm really interested to see where that storyline goes as well. Do you guys think that she will get back with Jordan eventually, or do you think she will get a new love?
Yeah.
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 I mean, not saying that they will stay like end game, but I'm sure they will get back together before the mid-season break.
Yeah. I think
Whether
so.
they're still there by the end of the season, who knows?
Yeah.
I saw someone in my chat last night ask me if I thought her and Natalie were gonna hook up. I'm like, no.
Look at this. CJ, look at
Just
this.
one. Let's watch it.
I can't see
No,
it. on
let's
my
not
phone.
watch it.
I
No,
actually have to
don't
wait
watch
for it. I have to wait for it to show up on my
Now
screen.
they're going to ruin the best show
Let's
in
not-
CW right now. Anyways, what's good, guys? What stuff? All right, man. Let's
Superman
talk
and
about
Lois
Superman.
is gone woke.
That's
So
why
I
we watch.
watched
It actually says, "Oh no! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!"
Oh my god. Wait, did anyone else here watch Naomi? Or was it just me?
No, I don't watch it.
No.
Okay.
I might watch it eventually. Why are you still playing that in the background? I might watch it eventually,
close
but
it.
I did not watch it immediately.
I watched the pilot today, and oh god, I really didn't like it.
Yeah, very few people I've met that were big fans of it. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever watched, but it's not a show that I see myself probably sticking out with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that episode 2 was much better than episode 1, but I still think it has a fair bit to go until it convinces me that it's enjoyable and I should be watching it week to week.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a show that might depending how word of mouth goes, might be one of those shows that picks up some traction when it's all on streaming. You know?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. This
Like-
is
People can
really
hammer it out in a day.
Yeah.
It's probably a question for you, Canada Graphs, but do you know how much of a role Ava DuVernay played in it? Because she's only an executive producer.
I don't have a single clue because it doesn't film here, so I don't pay any attention to it at all. You know.
Like, would you know like the difference between an executive producer on a movie compared to like a show? or
Well,
something?
executive producer. Let me try that in English now. Executive producers are usually the ones that have more cash involved in it than just a producer. They're the ones that would have actual input on things like casting, things like story arcs. You know, they aren't just a person who's just got financial pull in it. A producer is someone who, like, you or I could be a producer just by like going to a movie and just being like, here's $2,000 to put towards the budget. You know, executive producer is someone that's got hundreds of times more than that involved in it and has some say in how the show goes forward. You know, she would be in on the casting decisions. She'd be in on some of the writing decisions. She might not write it, but she would get the drafts and be like, you know what, I don't like this angle. Let's go a different way. You know,
Okay.
she wouldn't have full control because there are other. I think there's more than one executive producer on that show. She's not the singular executive producer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
So
think so.
she's just a name. She's the most recognizable name. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, thanks to Arrowverse, I'm pretty much forced to watch it now because I've already started it. So we'll see how episode 2 is.
If only I could have that mentality for Batwoman.
The thing is, like, I think the mystery in Naomi is pretty good. I'm invested in
Yeah.
that.
Where's your camera,
I'm-
Canada?
I'm not yet.
Well, you haven't seen the episode 2, I guess. So.
I have not seen episode 2 yet.
I'll watch it tomorrow as well. We'll see.
I sleep.
Okay.
So yeah, and then I'll go over the last part of Superman and Lois, and I'll wrap up
I'm
the
still
stream.
on that.
So yeah, the episode ends with this lady getting a phone call from someone, and she basically reveals that there's something bigger down there in the mines. So I think we've already discussed this, but the big theory is Lex Luthor or Anderson, right?
Yes. But most likely Anderson.
I never even for a second thought about Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I doubt it's going to be Lex, but
Do you think it's
I mean, it
possible,
could be cool.
CG, if John Cryer does Lex Luthor for Superman and Lois?
Wait, what do you mean, like on the phone call?
Like,
I don't
she's
like.
on
I don't know because I mean once Supergirl ended, I paid zero attention to what John Cryer was doing with his days. I don't know if he came back for anything. If he did, no one here knows about it.
Mm.
But I don't
But-
think he's been back.
I think the most probable option is Anderson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Either that or she was like phoning the guy that was in the mines and she was like, "Hey, there's something bigger than you down there."
Hey, Doomsday, how you on, mate?
By the way, can we just talk for a second about the superb costume job they did on him? A hoodie and 4 lights from the dollar store.
Oh yeah. I'm
That
actually
was-
worried with how they'll
that was-
make him look now.
Like I mean, I realize probably once he's out in front of people and in better lighting, they will have some more clever looking concept. But in the mine, he was wearing a hoodie with 4 lights on him.
Yeah, he was.
And the lights were in a weird position as well. Like he had them on his arms, and then like
It,
down
it
on
looked
his,
like an Iron Man
in his-
suit.
yeah. But I think it's Doomsday definitely wearing some sort of suit,
Yeah.
and then
It just looked cheaper than even CW.
Yeah.
It looked like a CW knockoff brand.
Yeah.
And I was amazed.
Yeah.
I just
But
hope
think
it-
they were able to get away with it because it's dark and no one could see.
But that's the problem. They
Like,
lit it
yeah.
up. If
Yeah.
it didn't
They probably
have,
didn't
if
pay
it
much
didn't have
attention
the
to it,
lights
though.
on it, if it didn't have the lights on it, you would just be like shadowy figure in the distance, and you wouldn't notice it was a hoodie.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
if it looks like if he looks like the Krypton Doomsday, then I'm happy.
I've not seen
This
how
is
he looks.
interesting. A
Oh, no, I
Godzilla
can't.
I never
TV
watched
show is in
Krypton.
the works.
I haven't watched Krypton, but I've seen clips of him.
Yeah, same.
A
Yes, it
Godzilla
does.
TV show is in the works at Apple TV. That's interesting.
They already announced that last year, didn't they?
No, it's a new one. Just got it. Came out.
Interesting. I'm pretty sure they said something about the Monsters vs. last year, as far as I remember.
Following
There's
the
so
events
many
of the
things.
2014
There's so many things
Godzilla-
that get announced and then they get shelved and then they get re-announced 9 months later from some other production.
The series
So.
explores one family's journey to uncover its buried secrets and a legacy linking them to the secret organization known as Monarch. It literally just sounds like the movie.
Yeah, it does.
Probably is.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream now because it's 3
Someone
a.m.
forgot
over
to do a
here.
quiz.
It's 3 a.m.
Now that you got
over here.
Jordan, now that you
It'll be
woke up
quick.
Jordan, now that you
No,
woke
no,
up
no.
Jordan, you can.
I'll do a quiz next week. I'll do a quiz next week.
And I'll hopefully watch the shows next week.
You better.
You won't. You say that every week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
sure.
do. But yeah, thank you for all those who stayed for the stream. It was really fun doing this. And thank you for my guests for joining me for this stream as well. It was very fun.
Bye, everybody.
Au revoir.
You really just turn on your camera to do
Wait.
that.
Is there something that
Oh.
you have to say again? Was it? I can't remember.
Oh yeah. So yeah, thanks for the reminder. I completely forgot. Oh, by the
What
way,
was it?
guys, just in case you guys were not there at the start, streams will now be on Fridays 8:30 p.m. UK time, no longer
Oh,
Thursdays.
that's good to know.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Wait, so that's 8:30
Tomorrow.
p.m. UK time.
that's tomorrow.
That's
Yeah.
exactly a day later than
Yeah,
now.
exactly a day later.
You realize your show is going to be overlapping at the start of Eric's then, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Because it's 2:30
Well,
right now, and this would be the time he is usually starting.
Yeah, that we start earlier, but we probably won't be going for 2 hours each week.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's true. Yeah.
We've
But
got a lot
yeah.
of shows to discuss now. Batwoman Legends, Superman and Lois, Naomi, Peacemaker, Book of Boba Fett. Like, there's a lot. Plus
There is
any
a lot.
other
There's
news that
so
comes
much.
along. We probably could. Over 2 hours.
Yeah, it's busier than it was a few weeks ago. That's for sure.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll just answer this quickly before we wrap it up. Pretty much, Danielle Panabaker's pregnant, and there's a high chance that she'd be gone like midway in the back half of the season, and she'll be back for season 9. But that's pretty much the news. And we did also theorize about a new trailer coming before the release date of the mid season premiere as well. That's pretty much it.
Can't wait to see how the pillows conveniently placed on her stomach, lying on a couch to cover the belly.
Yep.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, but yeah, see you guys.
Suddenly Frost will get shelved for like 6 months.
Yep.